Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're down at AT Motorsport again because I've collected the RS3 from the Vehicle Ramping Centre. Remember, go and follow them on Instagram. Fantastic wrap that they've done to the RS3. We're back at AT Motorsport because we finally completed the RS3 hybrid turbo system. Now, what we did was actually make a development turbocharger and package that you could roll into AT Motorsport and actually physically buy for the 2.5 litre 5-pot. That is in my RS3. So they actually do this in the TTRS and other variants. So this turbocharger is ready to go. So it's actually available on their website right now. Please go below, check out AT Motorsport. They have literally tried their absolute hardest through the coronavirus, through the troubling times and all that, to get this car done. And although it's been a few more months than we were expecting due to obviously the virus, we are here today and we're going to find out how much it's actually running. Now, Nick himself has actually ran this for a few weeks, daily driving it, making sure he's just troubleshooting everything he needs to. No troubles whatsoever, which was fantastic. So they have absolutely smashed this out the park from day one. Now, you guys knew that I actually took this home at one point just to run the turbo in, just to make sure we were all happy that side. But we started cranking the boost up just after lockdown, and we're here today to actually show you guys exactly what it's running. It is a very hot day today, unfortunately. It's probably one of the hottest of the year, so it is not going to run probably as much power as it should. I think it has been dynoed in colder weather already, so I do sort of know general figures, but we'll see what it's running today. But yeah, super excited to be back at AT Motorsport. But what we're going to do is we're going to get this car in. We're actually going to do the front wheel drive again. We're going to take the Haldex out. I know that's something that people keep on asking. Oh, I didn't know it was front wheel drive. We do that for simplicity more than anything. This car was coming on and off the dyno a lot, and today I'm only here for a few hours. Unfortunately, I've got a 7-hour journey home to get to, so we're going to be jumping on this, pulling the Haldex out, which doesn't actually change anything brake horsepower wise or drivetrain wise. It just, you know, takes the Haldex off so it doesn't kick in the rear wheels. So we'll be putting the front wheels on the hub dyno right now, see what it's running, and yeah, super excited to see what all this work is actually going to produce out the other side, because it has been just one of those things. It's been coronavirus stepping in and various other things, but the car is 100% now. The virus is, you know, pretty much over. Everyone's open again, so we're going to get back to it. It's been months and months in the making. Let's see how fast this thing really is. Drive it into the dyno cell. Oh, look at this. Back in her natural habitat of the AT Motorsport dyno cell with the hub dynos just there. Let the guys jack it up, take the wheels off, put all the spindles on and stuff, because they're professionals and I'm not. So I'll just drive it in. Right, so car is in the dyno cell. We'll
stand. Shall we stand 2 meters apart?
Yeah, if you could stand over there, mate. Well, I've put it so far away that we can actually be 2 meters away.
I usually put it higher so I look slimmer as well.
Oh, that's a good idea. Next time, mate. Anyway, we're back with the RS3, Nick, AT Motorsport. It's been a long journey, mate.
Yeah, it has. It's. I mean, it hasn't helped with the coronavirus thing, obviously, but you know, the long and short of it is, I'm happy. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just had a little dribble up the road in the on the motorway, and I put my foot down in third, and definitely rear-ended someone with how powerful it was. What we're going to do today, though, is it is bloody hot today, isn't it?
It's a shame, really, because it's got to be the hottest day of the year. I mean, just looking at the screen, which you can't see in shot, it's 30 degrees in the
right now. So that will obviously affect the power that we're going to get today. We are going to show you other dyno runs that have been, happened before in colder weather. So that will really show the power that this thing can put down. But we really want to get a good run as I'm here. We can get, a good bit of video and that. AT Motorsport has changed.
Yeah,
hasn't it? So,
I mean, it's things have changed for us. I mean, we've really struggled because obviously all the staff were on furlough, the whole COVID thing. Everybody's at home getting paid 80%.
Yeah.
Naturally, it's fantastic that everybody's been ordering online.
Yeah.
But you know, being here on my own, it's been a bit of a tough one. Hence the reason I've been slow on social media and stuff like that. And then we've been doing this, and
the workload
it's just
increased
been
as the staff came down.
Yeah, essentially.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Which I completely understand. We were talking backwards and forwards a lot, and you know, I couldn't come up here and help you with this car. I couldn't come and document it. I couldn't even leave the Isle of Wight at one point.
I mean,
so
it's so frustrating because so much stuff's happened with this car. It would have been great if
I couldn't document it because I couldn't get it.
Couldn't get it.
Such a like it's the biggest nightmare. So yeah, a lot of people were wondering why is it taking so long. Well, COVID-19, you know, it's a development car at the end of the day. We're developing a product for a market, which is now available and you can go and get it. A lot has changed, but the car is ready to go.
Yeah, and
you're
it's
happy.
awesome. Yeah,
you sent me a video the other day of you driving it, and you drive race cars, and you were like, "My God, this is a joke. This thing, it's actually so fast."
Literally, as soon as when I drove it and I sent you that message, straight away I've been looking for a TTRS or an RS3. I've made a bid on a TTRS, which unfortunately I missed out on with the new shape. So the plan will be to do something pretty fruity.
So that's when you know you've done something right. Is that the tuner wants to now go and buy the same engined car that you've got. Because it's that good, he's done that good of a job. So what we're going to do, throw it on the dyno.
Yes, we'll get it on the dyno. Just do some pulls so that we've got some nice footage with you. We'll drop in maybe just what's gone on previous. I've tested this cat. Well, I mean, I've done 60 revisions circa.
60 revisions.
It's been a big task.
But that's how development works.
Yeah, I mean,
development.
We might as well get it in there now that this particular turbo setup on the 8P version of this is completely different to the new Dazza engined ones, which is the facelift. Yeah. So this has the exhaust manifold and turbine as particularly small runners. So what happens is as you start to turn the boost up, it creates back pressure, which in turn creates heat, and then you can suffer engine failures and all that sort. And when obviously we know you're going to be out hammering this everywhere.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy this, obviously.
We want something that we can bring to market that's going to be not only powerful, but from a longevity point of view, and reliability point
and safe. You don't want it.
No, and I mean, I've not gone mad because this isn't my car, but obviously, as it's coming a long way to you and all the rest of it, I've had some really good, runs out to put some miles on it, and I can tell you it's absolutely mint. It's blown my mind.
So we're finally there, is what
we're there.
We're there.
We're there.
We'll get on. We'll show you guys what it sounds like, how it's going. We'll do a graph rundown and everything. So stay seated. Right, so the car is just being set up on the dyno there. What we'll do is actually chat to Nick about how this has changed, because it has changed since the last time I was here, hasn't it? You've got rid of a ramp, and you're only doing development work on cars at the moment. That's the real big thing.
Yeah, I mean, so essentially what we've done is we've removed the ramp and we've put twice as much stock in. So we're intending to increase our existing stock holding. It's really sort of shown me this last 3 months whilst I've been here on my own that the online side of things, it needs a lot more from us. We've built a massive e-commerce business, we ship worldwide, and we had it all stuffed down the back end of the garage, which in reality, you know, garage work is great. We're still doing remaps, we're still doing our pre-developed kits, but what we want to do is buy a car, bring it in, strip it all apart, make all our voodoo bits, develop the tuning, and then go, right, that is the kit. This ramp remains and the dyno remains for us to do our pre-developed work, pre-developed kits, but also predominantly looking at the R&D side of stuff for us. So we want to bring a car in, strip it to pieces, do us voodoo stuff, and then develop the software. We obviously do our own software under the Voodoo brand, but we still work heavily with Perron on all the Ford stuff. We've been doing really well with BMW and Volkswagen stuff. Over here, which...
Walk this way past the lovely 2 Fiestas that we have here.
To help us to react quickly to people's online orders, we've got a new stock control system. You'll be able to come down, go directly onto the shop here, an order from here to collect.
And this very nice.
Yeah, this is point of sale, so essentially you can pay through there or you can pay on card or cash or whatever.
Sort of like a click and collect service you'd do at Argos. That is really, really cool. I don't know any performance places that are doing that, mate.
A lot of people said that that's what they'd like to be able to do. You know, they can come, see the products, work their way through there, pick what they want.
That's cool.
Yeah, so essentially on the point of sale app, which this is a website, but on the point of sale app it allows you to pick your products, put them all into a basket like you're online, and then either myself or Sam, whoever's in the office, will take payment and collect your goods, and you can take them away from here.
That's fantastic. So it's like, I'm going to say it's like health foods, but for stuff you actually want to buy.
Yeah, decent products.
Decent products, yeah, that's it. So Miltech systems over there, poly bushes and everything.
It's still a bit messy because I've had to move all this.
Turbo Technic stuff everywhere.
Yeah, so we've got all the Scorpion, Cobra, Miltech, Maxton, full shelf of Voodoo, ITG, Perron stuff. Round the back there is more braking products, and we're intending to go as high over here. We're essentially going to go to roof height, so and then use forks to get stuff down, which is why we've left enough space here to get pallets in and out. Probably 50 to 60 parcels a day, which we've been consistently doing whilst I've been here on my own. So that's why I'm ready for a holiday now.
Yeah, that's it. Some of us have still been working, haven't they, mate? Yeah, that's it.
I'm ready to sit in the garden with the pins. Like
yeah, that's it, like everyone else has been. But it's really cool to see the development in the business changing, and I think online is massive at the moment, so
yeah, and it's only going to get bigger, you know.
The best thing I was going to say about here is that the guys watching this right now that own, say, the Markate and, you know, development stuff is coming, they could physically come down here when they see that released and come and buy Ergianov or whatever you've released. You could physically come and buy that from a shop, and I love the idea of that.
Yeah, I just thought it was...
It doesn't exist anywhere else.
No, that's it. No one's doing it,
and
and obviously, you know, it's exciting because it's something that's fairly easy to set up. It's nice for guys when they come down here, they get to see the cars, they get to meet the people, they see us all.
Part of the experience.
Yeah, and you know, and that's what it is. At the end of the day, we're still a young team and we're petrol heads. That's what it boils down to. No,
shout out for doing that, mate. Well done.
I think he's ready.
Let's do this. Let's get on the dyno, mate. Let's go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set you guys up just there. We're going to actually do a couple of cool down sort of runs just to get some cold air in the car, because it is, I think the intake temperature is like 76 degrees. Insane. So it's like 30 plus 30, about 32 degrees in here temperature wise right now. So I'm going to put these on, I'm going to do a bit of a cool down of the car, try and get some power out of her. Sounded insane. That's the first time in a very long time that I've heard the car on full chat, and that 5-pot, it just sounds amazing. Hopefully on camera it sounds the way it sounds in person, because my god, it is like, it gets you inside, like inside here in my rib cage. I can feel that 5-pot just banging along. We've just turned the lights off to take a couple of pictures of it. Before someone says as well, I think it's a common problem with the 8Ps, but the wiring to this number plate light is broken, so we'll do that because we'll have the car back in a minute. But yeah, look at that for a shot. So we've just pulled up both graphs. The one of the graphs is when it was a little bit colder in here and we were able to run the legitimate power. I think it's very, very warm in here, as we've already said, so we are down on power today, but that's just because it's way too hot. What I'll do is I'll bring Nick in and he will tell you exactly what's going on, because I like cars but I ain't got a clue. I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't got a clue. So I'll bring him in.
Basically laid up the hot runs that we've just done, because of course it's going to be terrible, versus what we did the other day when we were finishing up the tuning. So the strong solid green line here is 544 feet-pounds of torque at the wheels, which is what it did when the ambient temperature wasn't so hot.
Yeah.
Versus today's, which is massively down, so it's doing like 480.
But that is genuinely down to temperature. It is. You have no joke how hot it is in here. I can feel it. I can feel the heat.
You see, the
horrible.
problem you've got is in the dyno cell. I mean, the extraction in here is fantastic. It's, you know, it's all built onto the roof. It's a proper setup. Same with the fan. But if you're just blowing hot air at a car that's producing a lot of heat and then trying to suck it out into the hot
just not
atmosphere,
happening, is it?
So,
Such a shame.
So essentially, you know, we know where we're at from the other day. And then again here, this is the power line. So we did 458 at the wheels, which is about, I'm going to say, to be conservative, because of course, you know, you're going out online with this and yada yada yada. There's so many...
there's so many variables in four-wheel drive, well, S-tronic, gearbox and all that sort of stuff. So percentage-wise...
Well, some people would say running it in front-wheel drive up to 15%. I'm going to say 12% correction would give you a healthy correction factor that no matter where you go, you're not going to be disappointed with your figures. So that would suggest that the car is doing about 510 to 515 horsepower at the engine. We wanted to get 500, didn't we?
Yeah. That was the goal. 500 was the goal.
Yeah.
But we're really, like, we've got to tell people that the wheel horsepower is really what you're after here, because that is the true figure of what's going on the floor. You could make 1,000,000 horsepower at the engine, but if it's not making this, which is the wheel horsepower, then it's just not, you know, it's not a fast car on the road, is it?
Yeah, people love the engine figures, so your brake horsepower for sitting down the pub and going, I've got a 500 horsepower RS3. The reality is that you lose so much of that through the transmission and the diff and stuff like that. This is where you're actually transferring that to the road through the wheels. So it did just over 480 feet-pounds of torque, and it made peak torque at 3,500 RPM. What we've managed to achieve is 544.
544, but earlier in the rev range,
peak torque at just before 3,250. So I'm going to go with about 3,150, so it makes peak torque
at 3,100 RPM. Do you realise how fast that makes it then?
Well, that's
mate.
That essentially is what you're feeling. You know, people love the power figures, but the torque is what's going to get that car moving
and shove you in the seat big time.
So that's to come on that much earlier with that much more is why it feels incredible. Same with the power. I mean, all the way through the rev range, we're making upwards of, well, let's have a look. So it's 440 there, and I mean, I'm gonna say all the way through the rev range, it's making the best part of 40 wheel horsepower more, and it's making it quicker.
So this here is like the curve goes sharper.
Sharper. It's quicker. It comes on boost quicker. Which is remarkable, saying we've gone for a bigger wheel size. Sometimes having a little bit of back pressure, it gives something the turbo something to work against, which generally speaking is why you can make it come on a bit faster. We've gone from 405 to 458, so given the turbine housing dimensions and stuff like I explained before, to go from, you know, to pick up the best part of 50 wheel horsepower, 55 wheel horsepower, that's incredible.
At the wheels, that's not at the engine and being spun around the car, that's at the actual physical wheels of the car. And it's four-wheel drive, so it won't slip. That's the bit that we need to say, that that's why this will be then so much faster. Because it is going to the road and it is putting its power down.
Put it into perspective, my M4 is 486 at the wheels, and this just absolutely monsters it. The way
I've driven the M4 and it's just it's not like it's bad, because it is twitchy and it's fun. It is dangerous, isn't it? But this will actually physically put the power down rather than spinning. I know loads of people like spinning, but I like putting that physical power. Oh yeah, you're not getting sideways in this unless you're spinning all four wheels, which it could quite easily do. It does actually do that, we know that.
So essentially, I mean, I hope you're happy. We'll get it.
Mate, I am literally, I cannot believe that that's what we've been able to achieve, even though the virus was here, and that we've been able to create a fantastic product, create a car that is now, like, it's just insane. Like, insane car.
And the lads at Vehicle Wrapping Centre, what they've done with it. Mate, when I went to pick it up, I was that excited.
Yeah, you actually went and picked this up for me, and Yeah. You sent me a picture, I was just like, what the hell is
I've
that?
not even seen it properly.
No, today's the first day I've seen it, and
I
it's
did what I
like,
could to keep it under wraps, but of course we always knew that.
oh yeah, it was months and months down the line. It was going to happen, but
yeah, I'm in love with it, and I think you will be when you drive on your home soil. You know, I think that's the thing.
Go and take it down some roads that I know and go and really enjoy it and stuff. But yeah, super happy with that. I know you are, but that graph right there says it all. That was worth the work. It was worth the messing about, the time, the effort. Because nothing comes overnight with modifying cars. I think people need to know that as well. It is a huge process.
Now, this is, as I've explained to you off camera, now I've got a product, which is another reason why I wanted to do it. Not just for the fact that we like getting involved in your cars, and you do really well for us from a promotional point of view. But I've now got a developed product which I can build that turbo next door, and in Mr. AET and AET Turbos, our sister company, they can build me that turbo. I can bolt it to a car, I can port the settings that we've spent a long time getting right, with a few small revisions rather than, the weeks and weeks.
Crazy in and out, yeah.
It'll just go on and the job will work.
Yeah.
So we've got a developed product now, which is the whole, as I explained earlier, that's what we're trying to do with the business. We've now
developing products. This was a development car for AET, and yeah, they absolutely smashed it, as you can see. So, if you would like one of these turbos, link in the description. If you want your RS3 or your TTRS to go like that, these sort of numbers, AT Motorsport, mate.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be colder.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be colder. It might get a bit more out of it. So guys, we are finished at AET Motorsport. The car is now running some serious power. It looks absolutely mental. Yeah, so happy. AET Motorsport absolutely smashed this. Remember to go and follow them. Go and have a look on their web store. Please support them because they've supported me with this build on the RS3, and it's not done. There's loads more to come. Don't you worry about that. But thank you so much again, AET Motorsport, and I'll see you all on the next one. I'm going to now drive it home. 7 hours. It's going to be a good 7 hours.